Awesome. Chris Krimitsos here with Podfest Global Summit with one of my favorite people. Andy and I get to play around like little kids when we're hanging around in Orlando a lot of times, whether it's bumper cars or whatever it may be. Whirly ball to be specific. But Andy's going to be talking about strategies for getting your podcast noticed. And Andy, what are some things that people can really sink their teeth into when they attend your session?
I want to give people some tools because all of us are super passionate about creating our shows, and I'm working under the assumption that everyone is creating the best show that they can, and that's step one. But then what? So I want to give people like some ideas on, if you have an interview show like mine, what can you do to encourage your guest, like increase the chances that your guest is going to share the episode. Some sort of tactical things that have worked well for me, and I think that that'll translate easily to people who have an interview show, and they can just implement like one or two things and really get more guests to share the episode. And then also, we all need to do more marketing. And when we have an indie podcast, we spend so much time on scheduling and planning and publishing and editing that most of us, myself included, we don't dedicate or earmark enough time to really focus on marketing. And I want to talk about that too. So one is like, what can you do with your guests so that they will help to amplify your episode? But then two, what can we do in like earmarking time and really focus on doing some outreach? And I'll give some ideas, I guess, I'll talk about some of like the email or podcast newsletter publications, places that we can reach out to. And I think that that's important.
So Andy, thank you for sharing that. I just want to give you bonus points for picking the right shirt. I was going to wear all kinds of shirts today, but somehow we matched up. Not expected, so pretty awesome.
Thank you for Podfest for creating such comfortable shirts. These are like the softest shirts that I own.
We take pride in that because Katie loves wearing the shirts, and we want to make sure they're comfortable for everybody. But for those of you that want to join us and grow, like join our community. So Andy and I know each other, and we have a lot of the same friends, but we want to expand that friendship circle to other people around the world that need help. And this is a unique circumstance where all of us are probably somewhere in our house and we have access to a computer globally. So I'd love for you to check out what Andy has, but you need to go to podfestexpo.com, register for the Podfest Global Summit. The passes are free. There are premium passes, highly recommend those as well, but the access is open to everybody. And we're just excited to have, like Andy is not saying this, but I will say for him, he's regularly contributing on CNBC and big networks all the time. You'll see him dressed up in a suit, going up there. He knows how to really promote, and he knows where to look. And even if you don't get on CNBC, like he said, there's places and directories that he knows where you can look for exposure, and it's attainable. Sometimes you just need someone like Andy to pay it forward to tell you where to look. So Andy, thank you for being part of this. And for our friends out there in the universe, go to podfestexpo.com and join us for this cool summit. And then we'll all meet up again, Andy, in Orlando, hopefully next year. And we'll play whirly ball. Andy and
whirly ball. Yes, that's a good time.
Thanks, Andy.
Thanks, Chris. It's going to be fun. Please join us.
Absolutely.